The Lord is great. I know it's late. I know it's my fourth video of the day, but I just can't sleep. And this has been on my mind. And I was thinking about the shed. And I asked myself, I sold the shed, okay? And then when the couple was here, I asked them if they wanted one of the snow blowers to buy. And they said, no, we got two boys, so, blah, blah, blah. They shovel our driveway. They're like 7 or 8 years old, whatever. And then I was thinking, what do I do with God's blessings that He's blessed me with when they've fulfilled their purpose and it's time to move on to the next thing? The blessing that He's given me has done everything that I've needed to do, and now it's time for it to go. And yeah, there's certain times in your life where the Lord blesses you with something. The Lord may have had someone in your church give you a car because you didn't need it, because you needed one, rather. And when you're done with that car and you're like, okay, I want another car. What do you do with that car? It's still good. What do you do? Do you sell it for a huge profit? Or do you give it to someone else in need? And that's what I want to talk about tonight. Okay? So, my son, my youngest son, Paulie Jr., he says, Dad, I miss the garage that we had at our house. We used to build stuff together. I says, son, I will promise you that I will do everything that I can to get us a garage or a shed or something where we can build stuff together again, because he used to love to do that with me. Taught him how to use tools. I taught him a lot of skills. And about 4 years ago, when he was about 16, we were doing a job, and how I got the shed, basically the guy said, hey, how much is my job gonna be? And I said, $800. It actually cost me, with labor and materials, about $400. And then I was looking around and I says, oh man, that's a beautiful shed that you got on the side of your house. I would love to have something like that. My son has been dying to have a workshop that we could work together in. And he's like, oh, really? He says, actually, I have a new one on the way. I was just about ready to put this on Facebook Marketplace. And I said, I can't afford that. There's no way. He says, well, give me the quote. So I gave him the quote. He says, let me call you and I'll let you know if I want you to do my job or not. And I'm halfway home. And he calls me up and he says, hey, if you do my job for free, I'll give you the shed. And this is not a shed. It's like a small barn, 12 by 16 foot. He says, I'll not only give you the shed, but I'll pay to have it shipped there, because the guy is shipping another one to me And he'll deliver this one on his way back to Medina, which is right on his way past you. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? And I had told my son, we used to love to build stuff in my garage when I owned a house. And then I'm not going to get into it, but it was all gone. Okay. It all went away. I moved here, no garage, no workshop, no nothing. So all of a sudden, I got this huge garden shed. And so my son came over. He's like, "Oh, Dad, it's just, God gave us this." He's like, "You promised me you would do that. And now we have something we can work together in." And so, by this time he was 16 or 17 years old. So the time for him hanging out with Dad, building stuff, was really almost over. He wanted to hang out with his buddies, so we built some stuff in the workshop, and then the last thing we built was a gorgeous 8-foot long workbench. And anything we ever built together of substance like that, we always signed our names and put the date. So I signed my name, I put the date, he wrote his name, put the date, and that's in my barn. All right. And so it's time for me to move to my house. I hope it's going to close. But in either event, I got to get rid of this barn. So I was like, all right. So here's how the Lord's blessings work. Do you make a profit from God's huge blessings, something that you could never afford? So if someone were to give you a car, because you have no car, if someone in your church or a neighbor said, "Look, I'm done with this car, all right, it's yours," and it's worth $5,000. Huge blessing to you. When you finally get ready to get a better car, what do you do with that? Do you make a profit off of it, or do you bless somebody else? My mind and my spirit and my heart was telling me, bless somebody else. So I sold it for probably 25% of what it was worth. And a nice couple came and they bought it. The last thing that my son and I built in there, as I said before, was a really nice workbench. And that's not going with the shed. It's going to stay with me. Do not profit off of God's blessings. If you've been blessed, pass it on, And many people would say that are not Christians, "You're stupid." But you know what? I'm not stupid. All right? I think if I've been blessed, you have to pass those blessings on and be unprofitable profitable. So the couple left. I had told them about a couple snow blowers that I had. And they're like, oh, we got 2 boys, they shovel the driveway, but it'd be nice. We just can't afford it. And I texted them before they got home, and I says, hey, I'm going to pick the best one out, and I'm going to include that with the shed. Yeah. So I'm breaking even. The Lord blessed me, and I'm going to bless them. And that's just a wonderful thing to be able to do. My son and I had a very short period of time after I got the shed where we worked together in there. And then he was like, Dad's not so cool anymore. Not really, but he was just like spending time with his buddies, and he wasn't coming over on the weekends like he used to. That happens when sons get about, 17, 18 years of age. All of a sudden, they're not coming over, and I understood that. So I don't want to profit off of God's blessing to me. I just want God to bless me with the next blessing that I'm going to earn and get in this new house. Anyways, yeah, I'm Paul the Pipe Guy, and that's just my take on God's blessings. Pass them on. When you're done with them, pass them on, bless someone else. It's called passing it forward, God bless you all. Good night.